Now, a British Nobel Prize-winning scientist may have come up with a new and better aspirin, how to free fall without having to jump out of a plane, and a demonstration of the first genuinely portable radio telephone are among the items in Tomorrow's World over on BBC One in half an hour at 7 o'clock. And now on to a new summary from Donald MacCormick.
Tonight's headlines: at the Helen Smith inquest, the jury is still out after 7 hours. The GLC leader, Ken Livingstone, says he'll accept Sinn Féin's invitation to Belfast. And over £1 million in damages for 5 men injured 4 years ago. Now these stories and the rest of today's news with subtitles. The jury at the Helen Smith inquest in Leeds have now spent about 7 hours considering their verdict. That's an unusually long time for a coroner's jury to take to make up their minds. The jury were told they must decide whether Helen died accidentally or was unlawfully killed. The coroner has told the jury that he'll accept a majority verdict, provided no more than 2 dissent. The Prime Minister has told MPs that the ban on next week's visit by 3 Sinn Féin men was right and responsible. Mrs Thatcher told the Commons that the ban followed reports alleging that the men had all been involved in terrorism. The Sinn Féin leaders had been invited to London by the leader of the Greater London Council, Mr Ken Livingstone. He's now planning to make a private visit to Northern Ireland in the new year. Mr Livingstone said that the visit would be at the invitation of Sinn Féin, but he added that no date had yet been fixed. South Wales miners have voted to strike in the new year, unless the Coal Board increases investment there. The strike will start on January the 17th, and the Welsh miners hope it'll get national backing. The Coal Board say they've put in £30 million already this year, but the union wants still more. An investigation is underway into the crash of the London-Glasgow Express early this morning. The driver was killed and 2 others injured when the train was derailed near Leighton Buzzard in Bedfordshire. British Rail say it may have been caused by a steel rail which fell across the track from a goods train. The express was travelling at 75 miles per hour when it crashed, and work on clearing the track is continuing. And a car driver died today when his vehicle and a goods train collided on a level crossing near Leicester. A police motorcyclist called to the scene, then collided with a bus and is seriously ill in hospital. 5 men severely injured in an accident at a Kent power station have been awarded damages of over £1 million. The 5 were in a passenger hoist which plunged 150 feet down a mine shaft in January 1978. 4 men with them in the hoist at Littlebrook D power station near Dartford were killed. The High Court judge said the 5 survivors belonged to the elite of the brave. All 7,000 British troops on the Falklands are being allowed to make 1 free telephone call home over Christmas. The 3-minute calls will be paid for out of the South Atlantic Fund. The fund is also providing a Christmas hamper for the widows of men lost in the Falklands War. Later this evening in Newsnight, we'll have a full report on the latest developments in the Helen Smith inquest. And also in the programme, amid the growing debate about nuclear weapons, Peter Snow reports on a sophisticated new generation of conventional arms which could make Western defence much less reliant on the nuclear deterrent. In a rather different field of human conflict, Ian Smith looks back at bodyline bowling and at a controversy which has reached its half-century on the eve of 1982's second Test match in Australia. And Joan Bakewell considers the financial row over the multi-million-pound Caribbean airport, built to serve an idyllic holiday village which doesn't exist. Join us for Newsnight at 10:40. Now a look at the weather.
And tomorrow will be a very windy and rather cold day generally. There'll be a few sunny intervals in most areas, but showers will become heavy and frequent during the day. These showers will be wintry in the north, and over eastern Scotland and northeast England some longer periods of rain and snow are likely. The temperature will be lower than today's, reaching around 7 centigrade, 45 Fahrenheit, although in northern Scotland only 4 centigrade, 39 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow on to The Vocal Touch with the singer and dancer Stephanie Lawrence.
You want all my love and my devotion, yes you do. You want my love and soul right on the line. I have no doubt that I can love you forever. The only trouble is I really, really don't have the time dreaming of me and you. Hey, dreaming right into my life. I'm dreaming of me and you. Yeah, yeah.
Stephanie Lawrence and her guest Leo Sayer in The Vocal Touch at 9 o'clock tomorrow on BBC Two. And another singer, Elkie Brooks, with the pianist Richard Clayderman among Russell Harty's guests at 8:30 tonight on 2. And that's after the Charles Laughton movie, Agatha Christie's courtroom drama, Witness for the Prosecution.
Silence. Be upstairs.